Hey, what do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're doing an episode of Tool Tuesday. Now I have two tools that I've been wanting to show you guys for a while. I've just been like really busy and I haven't had time to actually sit down and record and show you guys the new tools that I've gotten. Now one of them was going to be the upgraded version of this, and I was super excited to show it to you guys. I have the Millermatic 211. Hey, can you go ahead and move that tire over that way?
Sure thing.
All right, thank you. So as you guys can see, we've got a bottle for MIG, we've got a bottle for TIG, we've got some nice new shiny gauges up here, a nice stand with the cart that carries 2 bottles. So I was super excited for this thing. I ordered it probably like 2-3 months ago. It finally came in. It took me a couple weeks to actually open up the boxes and put it together just because I was super busy. I was headed up north, coming back and forth, and then so finally I dedicated myself to the weekend. I was like, you know, I'm gonna pull this thing out. I'm gonna put it together, and it actually took a little bit to put together, but as you guys can see, there's no welder. That's because they had one little problem, and you guys know what it was?
Inverter error.
Yep, even my kids know what's wrong with it. They've heard me talk about it quite a bit. So sad to say, we are not going to be showing you guys this awesome welder. Should be back here in a little bit. That'll probably be the next Tool Tuesday. And not that this has anything to do with today's video, but you guys are going to see something in this video that is a very rare occurrence. Today, James is wearing shorts. This hardly ever happens. Now the other tool I'm going to be showing to you guys is almost equally as cool. It's actually 2 tools, and I scored them at a yard sale. So one of them is a chainsaw, which might not seem like super extraordinary, but it is by far the largest chainsaw that I now own, and chainsaws are always good to have. So this one is a steel, I don't know however you want to pronounce it, but it's an MS391. It's got a pretty good bar on it. I think it's a 28-inch bar. So this thing has been sitting out here for quite a while. You guys can see that there's actually some cobwebs on it, but they call these, I think the slang term is an Alaskan sawmill. Now I've never used one of these before, but you have to use raw, rough, an actual tree in order to get the real benefit of it, to get the real rough looking cuts and actually use real timber. And I didn't really want to cut down any of my trees, well, for obvious reasons. And then my daughter just reminded me that, well, they're
beautiful.
So we don't want to cut down our own trees. So I've been waiting for a couple things to make this video, and one of them was, well, I actually needed the material. So I've been waiting for a good buddy of mine who you guys are going to see in this video. I was waiting for him to get a job close by where they were cutting some trees down and he needed some of the tree trunks hauled off. And so it finally happened. I got some big sections of, I think it's just a pine tree. I don't know what kind of pine tree, but I went over there, I picked a bunch of them up. So we're going to try to cut some of those in this video, and I'm not going to turn them into the final product of what I actually have in mind, but I do have an actual project where I want to build something really cool with them. So we're just going to try and make the lumber today, but we're going to go ahead and try and get this thing set up. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and as always, there's probably going to be some other random stuff in here, but hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and jump on into it, and let's roll.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law, hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night, try to catch me howling at the moon.
So this is going to require 2 hands, so I'm going to go ahead and hand the camera off to my wonderful assistant here. You got this?
That's it.
All right, here we go. So, whoops.
Could this zoom in?
Yep.
Oh.
All right, let's see if we can get it. There we go, we got one side.
So that's how you use it? That's how you make lumber?
Almost.
Dad,
What?
is this normal? The camera's getting dark.
The camera's getting dark.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure that the screen isn't broken again.
Okay.
It's still
good. All right, well, as you guys can tell, you could actually have a saw with a little bit bigger bar on here, but that's as big as this one is. So we're gonna go ahead and clamp it down. You can basically just tighten these back up. You don't want them super tight because then it'll pinch the rolling mechanism in here. And so we're just gonna snug them up, and then you just wanna make sure that the chain will still spin freely like that. So let me go ahead and get these snugged up. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys right now. You see how it spins freely? If I put this on here and literally just give it another quarter turn, let's see, we'll go like that, quarter turn, You guys can see how it's clamped down too hard on the mechanism right here. So there's a very fine point of where this thing needs to be. See, now it spins freely again. So it's pretty much all set up. The only thing that you can really change on this thing is the depth. And if you guys look, you have a little gauge right here. I don't know if you can see the numbers, but we have 3-inch right here, 4-inch right here. So I think I'm gonna try and cut, you know, we'll just leave it where it's at just for test sake. We're gonna try and cut 2.5-inch thick material. So yeah, let's go ahead and get going. Today we are going for a ride in Little Dumpy, my little F-350 dump truck. Now I know I'm pretty dirty, I'm looking pretty mangy, but I've been working on my fence line. And originally I had no intention of recording anything for Tool Tuesday today, but sometimes things happen and you gotta go with the flow. My good buddy Mauricio, he's like down the street cutting some trees down and he sends me a picture. Do you want these? And they're these big old long tree trunks. And this has to do with Tool Tuesday because I went out yard sailing probably like 2-3 weeks ago, came across some pretty cool stuff that I needed big tree trunks for. So I let him know, and now he has them, so I'm gonna go pick them up. I'm just gonna throw one more thing out there. For being a 1996 F-350, this thing has like ice cold air conditioning. I think I like it even more so than my GMC. Simple enough. I'm actually loaded up with my second load, headed on my way back. The guys over at Affordable Landscape Solutions, they're just like super awesome. Mauricio, that guy hustles, man. He is like a go-getter, does a super good work. So if any guys are in the San Diego area, you should look them up, Affordable Landscape Solutions. Those guys are like super good at taking out trees, doing yard maintenance, excavator work. They just do a bunch of good stuff. We're good.
Loaded.
How much more is there?
There is, we have maybe about 10 more of these pieces. The owner's probably gonna keep some of them though.
Oh, okay. I think I'll be good with just this. Forgot one minor detail. Should probably put some gas in it. It's looking a little bit empty.
Tony, is this dangerous? Yes.
We're gonna throw some bar oil in there too. So I've never ever done this. This is like 100% my first time. I am not a pro by any means, but how I had it explained to me was basically you take your log, if there's any high spots, you just kind of eyeball it, you cut off any of the little branches or whatever. So it's like relatively flat, and then from there, you want to get like an existing piece of lumber that's pretty flat, stick it on top, and then you'll do your first cut, and pretty much you'll probably throw away the first piece, but that'll give you like a nice straight edge to start making like good consistent lumber all the way through. All right, you guys can see I got the 2x4 on here. It's not like super on there. I got like a couple screws right there, one screw right there. So I'm not looking to make like perfect lumber yet. If I do the cuts and they turn out good, from that point, I'll run them through the planer. I'll turn them into something that's like actually a little bit more on the usable side. But for now, let's go ahead and try and make some beams. All right, well, I fought and fought and fought. That thing's got a pretty dull chain on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap it out with the Husqvarna because that's got a brand new chain on it. It does have a slightly smaller bar, but it doesn't matter because this isn't that big anyway. So get that swapped out. And we do have our initial first cut. I didn't want to have to redo anything. So now that we have the first cut, hopefully the second cut goes way faster.
I've been chasing down this dream for as long as I've known. Sometimes I get to thinking that my life might be wrong. I wonder what kind of man I'd be if I had moved away from my hometown and the folks. Wonder what I feel like today. All this here thinking's enough to drive a man insane. But my mind has always been like the sky before the rain. It gets so twisted up sometimes it's hard to catch your breath. If I could do this, I might think myself to death.
So this took longer than I initially thought it would, and I definitely probably should have put some ear protection in. My right ear's ringing just a little bit, but regardless, they turned out super cool. Check these things out. So these are what they call like live edge planks, I guess. These are kind of hip. They're kind of cool right now. So if I get some time in the next couple days, I will finish cutting this thing. I'm gonna need 1, maybe 2 more pieces to finish the project that I want to build. It's gonna be super cool, at least in my head, I think it is. I actually really love carpentry, finished carpentry. Used to be like a hobby of mine, and I want to get back into it slowly. I just haven't had the time, but this will probably be the first project that I actually sit down, take some time, and make it look super cool. These turned out super rad. It definitely helps if you have a good chain. So once I switched over to that saw, it did rip through way faster than the steel was, so I got to get a new chain for that one. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the screws this video. I gotta take off at like 4 in the morning tomorrow. That's why I am not finishing this, because I gotta get ready for tomorrow. But thank you guys for watching. Do a huge solid like, subscribe, share this video with your amigos, hit that notification button down below so you can continue to see other random stuff we got going on. I hope you guys enjoyed this Tool Tuesday, and a huge shout out to Mauricio for hooking me up with all this wood, and we'll see you guys next time. Later.